Alright guys, so this is Frozen, and the best troops for Frozen are the Goblin Techs. What you want is enough tanks up front, and that guys will run forward, so they're going to push the Frost Archers back a little bit. You want them in a nice little group, so everyone else can do their AoE damage, does more area of effect damage, hits more targets and get more points. So this is what we're rolling with. I have my Goblin Techs and other guys up front a little bit. That way they can, when they walk forward, they'll run into the pilgrims and get healed. So here we go. So you'll notice how they kind of get a little bit of pushback, and then the rear attackers kind of bring them forward a little bit and try and basically just to get these guys into a small little area where your guys can hit them all at once. So as the cannons keep building, they tend to get closer and closer, and then the Goblin Techs themselves get healed by the pilgrims up there, so they won't die normally. And if the cannons die, that's okay, because the Goblin Techs will just rebuild them, and then the cannons will start forming a little area around them. And you'll notice how that's kind of what's happening. They're just kind of pinching them into a little corner, and all those guys are, you know, the closer together they are, the more damage I'm going to do. So I got Dracula in there, and he heals a lot. The damage that, some of the damage that the troops do, they get healed that much, so you don't really need a lot of healers in here. I find that I don't need any nuns. My Dracula's level 15, 3 stars, but they do seem to work with lower level Draculas as well, so you guys can experiment with that. Okay, so you just want to kind of check your health on the left hand side there, sitting at 326, and the health is pretty much staying full, so that's a good thing. Guys are staying alive. The range, the Frost Archers and stuff tend to attack the other range out there, so it's nice to have the Meteor Golems in there helping to stun those guys, and since there's so many altogether, they do a pretty good job of keeping them under control. It might even be better to have a couple of Yashas in there instead of the pumpkins, but I think the pumpkins do a good job of like lowering the attack of other things and whatnot. So yeah, here we are. The halfway point is at 230, and we're going to be sitting at, looks like 174 million at the halfway point. So as this goes on, we should be actually doing more damage as the group of guys get into a tighter and tighter bunch. Lord Kelvin's is kind of going off a little bit into my troops and killing some of my guys, which is not cool. The pumpkin should be handling him, but that's alright. More cannons are being built, and as you can see, we're kind of flanking them, going around and kind of pushing all their guys into a little spot there, and the Peltas help do that too. So, and we're still sitting at 326 troops, so we really haven't lost any. A minute 40 left. We're trying to get, well, this one's going to get you guys over 300 million pretty easy. And we'll take a look at the troops that do the most damage, and obviously you guys know it's the Goblin Techs, which are just insane for Ice Wars. The majority of Ice Wars, the Goblin Techs do easily the most damage. Well, it looks like that pumpkin's doing a pretty good job of tanking Lord Kelvin's. I'd like to be him in the middle more, but that's alright. So, holy cannons, Batman, we got a lot going on there. So we're hit the 300 million mark here right now. And it looks like we're doing a little bit over million a second. So this should be more than our last one because I added another level 8 Goblin Tech. I think I took away a Peltast for that. So we'll see. You guys can kind of, if you do, I usually don't spend a lot of gems on this. I'll do like 1 or 3 runs. I'll see how much I get on my first run. And if a certain troop is doing more, I'll usually switch out the troops that are doing less and put in the one that's doing more if you have that. So that's just kind of a way you can check your guys and be like, okay, I need to do a little bit more damage with this. So switch these guys out and put those guys in or whatever. So it looks like we're going to get a little bit more damage. I think we got 361 last time. Or maybe it was 371. Let's see. Crud. I forgot to look at my damage report. I'm really sorry about that, guys. But it's pretty much the Goblin Techs do the most cannons, and then I might try one more just because I can't believe I didn't do that. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, let's look at my form real quick. Blast, that was stupid. I might be able to get away with pulling out some other like pumpkins and putting in Peltasts or whatever, just to do a little bit more damage, because the pumpkins don't really do very much damage, and brawlers don't really do a lot of damage. I wonder if I can get away with some pirate ships in there, because they would do more damage. But these are what I'm going with here, and that'll get you easy over 300 million. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.